How's it going, Winfred?
Not too bad.
You're in the Hong Kong 1 million short deck main event at the moment, right?
Right, struggling.
I was just listening to David Tuckman on a commentary, and they were saying about how people are buying in all the time, and it's expensive, but he was saying, well, it's all relative. You know, how do you feel when you have to keep going back to the cage?
Obviously, I think all poker players will be looking at the field, the prize pool, and of course, on the different stages of buy-in, have their own game plan. Especially for short deck, I guess nobody really have a game plan because it's relatively new, and I'm sure even though a lot of top pros in this tournament, not everybody was in exactly know what to do is right or wrong. So it becomes more into anybody's game. So with the prize pool is big and still have time, a lot of people is shooting in the bullets in like crazy. And definitely I'm on my second already.
Is that your game plan though? I mean, we've ended now, haven't we? Would you just keep buying in until the registration ended?
I think everybody have their own bankroll and their own discipline how to play. Usually I'll keep it within the two. Okay. To keep it balanced, because it's not just one event, it's about the whole series being here. I think for short deck, a lot of, not only in the tournament, in the cash games, I see a lot of players have difficulties in like bankroll management, because the swing is really fast and big.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I got to get out of Montenegro in profit, not just this one tournament. And you did win one. You won the 100K. How did it feel?
That's lucky. Finally, that build this brand with Paul and Richard together, and I'm glad to see a lot of people are love the brand and then the short deck, and of course you guys are, and Paul and Richard and the team are doing a lot of good work about putting this into the public, and glad to be, the Chinese or the Hong Kong players to win one finally.
Yeah.
Devon done a good job last time for Hong Kong as well, and I saw Danny doing second in
he did really well,
in the main event. So now people are seeing a lot of Malaysians playing the game. I think it becomes a very close run every time. You can see people can, like you see my final table, I was like 4-in-1 in chips, and I think it's fun and very powerful. This short deck will be.
You've been at Triton since the very beginning, like you said, working on the brand with Richard and Paul. How have you seen this evolve to what we have today?
I think the originally is about the slowing down of players playing the Hold'em game in Asia, especially into the higher stake games. Because they feel like the edge is too much difference between the pros, the experienced players, I should say, and the amateur players. With the short deck coming in, they will feel like they're putting some pressures on the pros with the swings, the bankroll, and also that they will eliminate some of the skill levels, because the VIP thing, I don't know what I'm doing anyway. When I don't know, I put the chips in. Let you think about it.
I like
so
that.
and definitely in different situations, and people are still defining what's the right call, what's the right shove. I think that makes it a very close game between all players, which will be a good thing that based on to build the short deck game.
And the brand is really going well. As the live stream is world class. Everything's going really good.
Yes, and as I see the people watching it in China, it's over 1 million every time, which is amazing. And I think every time when I'm playing in Triton, people asking me questions, like watching the play, and definitely on the live stream, I will not be watching every hand that we're playing on the Hold'em game, because a lot of raise fold, and then now this becomes very interesting. Like every round there's something
There's something to do.
exciting happen.
Yeah.
And some weird river happening.
So what do we call you then? Are you a pro, a semi-pro, or an enthusiastic amateur? I mean,
Fish.
a fish. There, you heard it here first. Here's Winfred Yu, the fish. What plans do you have after Montenegro?
We have big, more VIP games opening up in Asia, as per Richard Sandoval, and also Sun Cities are making their junket rooms. Every junket rooms they're putting VIP poker tables there as well to accommodate the market. And I'm still working on getting the short deck license in Macau. We got the job done in Manila, Korea, and I'm sure Vietnam and Cambodia will not have any issues. If Macau get the short deck license, I think it's another new era of poker booming.
Well, I hope to catch up with you this week to talk about that in more depth. Winfred, for the time being, thank you very much for joining us here today.
Thank you so much. I was hoping when you say next interview, you say, hey, your second win.
In this one, definitely.
Okay, thank you so much.
Cheers,
Thank you.
Winfred.